katakatakang confluence of cases in one, with one particular religious organization that just so happens to own a media company, and that media company's franchise just happened to be canceled today or withdrawn today. At least it was passed by Congress. Dadaan pa yan sa Senado because it is a law. So we have to see, di ba, kung sasang-ayon ang ating Senado. So, ano pa? And, it seems that there is no opposition. Now, in Marcos Sr.'s time, there was an opposition, but this opposition was allegedly repeatedly silenced. In this case, what little opposition there is repeatedly being silenced. And how else are they preventing free speech? Well, there's at least one very high official who keeps buying up companies. And one of those companies, it seems, he's buying, one kind of those companies he's buying are media companies. Hindi naman siguro coincidence yan, ano? So, in both instances, in Marcos Sr. and Marcos Jr., they are trying to control public opinion and trying to diminish the amount of negative publicity, trying to diminish the amount of criticism. Bakit? Kasi malaking kasalanan yung gagawin nila. They are going to make very unpopular decisions that are not good for the country. So, in Ferdinand Sr.'s case, he extended his term. So, Ferdinand Jr. is trying to do the same thing, but in order to succeed, he has to suppress free speech. Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Ako po si Trixie Cruz Angeles. Ito ang Luminous. Pasensya na po, medyo ginabit po tayo, pero tinapos ko muna yung live tungkol sa rally, tapos matapos ko pong narinig yung sinabi ni Pangulong Duterte. I really tried to get this to get started. Nakapajama na ako, pasensya na po. So the important part of what former President Duterte said today, we'll do a short live now and then we'll try again tomorrow morning para mas marami pa tayong mapag-usapan tungkol doon. So ang nakikita po natin is yung pinopropose, yung information niya about what is proposed about the charter change ay ito. Mostly, ayan, para medyo may ilaw naman tayo. Ayan. Mostly, ang pinopropose tungkol dito sa charter change ay, number one, yung papalitan into parliamentary. Okay? May mga nagsasabi dyan na hindi, ang pinopropose ay yung economic provisions lang. Sinabi ng Pangulong Duterte is that once pakialaman yung saligang batas, anything goes na. Maaari nang buksan yan completely, hindi lang po economic provisions. Kasi at first they tried PI. Sa PI, they wanted to remove the Senate para nang sa gayon tuloy-tuloy yung House proposals nang walang debate na sa Senado. Usually medyo malalalim compared to the House ang debate doon sa Senado as compared to the debates that go on in Congress. Usually kasi ang Kongreso kung ano yung kagustuhan ng speaker ay yun po ang nasusunod at yun po ang nangyayari na ipapasa yung mga kagustuhan ng House Speaker. Pero ang sinasabi ni Pangulong Duterte, so they tried to do PI to eliminate the Senate, and their intention was, bubuksan ang pagbabago sa saligang batas with the intention na pahabain or patagalin sa pwesto ang ilang mga opisyales. And we're not just talking about the President or the House Speaker or anything like that. It includes the mayors, the congressmen, etc. na pinangakuan nila na tutuloy-tuloy ang kanilang mga termino habang binabago ang saligang batas. May impormasyon na po tayo tungkol dyan at even all the way down to the barangay heads, sinasabi po nila yan. Sinasabi nila na pati daw yung mga nasa barangay ay hindi muna sila papalitan habang binabago ang saligang batas. So basically, ang mga naririnig natin na pinopropose ay no-el. Okay? Either no elections or tigil mo na yung elections, what they're going to have is a plebiscite. Okay? So, yun. Ngayon, ang sinasabi ni Pangulo, okay, ang PI, medyo na-shelve yan sandali, but wag po tayong malilingat kasi posibleng ituloy pa rin nila yan. Number 2, Constituent Assembly. So, ito, na-propose na nga nila yung charter change, na-propose nila yung sa economic provisions, but they're not going to stop at charter change because once mapasa yung resolution of both houses, number 7, bubuksan nila yung Constituent Assembly. Hindi kasi nila pwede palitan ang saligang batas by resolution. Nakalagay doon sa ating Constitution, there are 3 ways of amending or changing the Constitution itself. Number 1 is People's Initiative. Pero doon, amendments only and not revisions. Number 2, Constituent Assembly, which means yung Kongreso at yung Senado will sit as the assembly that will constitute itself into the assembly that will change the constitution. And then the normal one, which is a constitutional convention. Okay? So, pag sabi ni Pangulong Duterte, kapag nag-constituent assembly yan, kahit sinasabi nila tungkol sa RBH 7 lang yan, bubuksan na nila yan. Anything goes and anything will go. So, ano yung sinasabi ni Pangulong Duterte na probable changes? He's saying, number one, is they want to make it a parliamentary form, pero Republican. Pang-parliamentary Republican. So sabi ko, what is that? Well, sabi niya, ganito. So, parliamentary unicameral. So, kung matuloy pa rin, magbabago, it's still the same congressman, pero congressmen and senators, they will form a single body. Gaya ng gusto ng Kongreso, na yung votes ay 1:1, di ba? 1 vote per senator, 1 vote per congressman. So magiging isang body na lang yan. At sino yung mamumuno? Aba, natural. Sino ba yung nagtutulak nito? Di ba? Sino yung napakasigasig na magtulak nito? Taran, alam na natin kung sino yon. So, okay. Parliamentary unicameral. So, ang Pangulo dyan ay yung Prime Minister. He's the head of government. The President, if there still will be a President, will be the head of state. Pero ang sabi ni Pangulong Duterte, as far as he hears, is that yung Pangulo, siya po ang magiging Prime Minister. Ngayon, bakit Republican? Parliamentary Republican or Presidential Republican? Ganito po yan. Para mapili yung presidente, magkakaroon ng eleksyon. Pero itutulad nila ng kagaya ng sa US, where the actual voting of the president will be done by Electoral College. Ano yung Electoral College? So let's say sa isang state, i-determine nila kung sinong partido yung mananalo. So, is it the Republicans or the Democrats? Or the independent? Pagka ang nanalo ay Republican, yung boto nun will be the vote of the 2 representatives to the Electoral College of that state. For example lang let's say Minnesota. Doon kasi ako nag-aral. Let's say in the state of Minnesota. Example lang ito Minnesota is normally a Democrat state. So let's say nanalo yung Democrats. And there are 2 seats for representatives in Minnesota that sit in the Electoral College. Yung boto ng dalawang representante na yon will be for the Democrats. So all of these representatives from the various states will cast their votes in favor of whether it's the Democrat or the president. So, katulad ng nangyari dati, it is possible na you will win the popular vote. Meaning, if of the entire population, let's say, ang majority na bumoto dyan will be for candidate X. Pero sa Electoral College, kahit ang laki ng lamang ng number of votes sa isang state, you will still only have 2 votes for the Electoral College in that state. So, hindi nagka-count yung dami ng boto ng taong bayan, pero magka-count yung dami ng boto dun sa Electoral College. So, yun po yung sinasabi ng ating Pangulo na pinaplanong pagbabago sa saligang batas ng mga taong nakaupo ngayon. Base ito sa impormasyon na nakuha niya. So, he also pointed out a historical fact. Ito si Pangulong Marcos ngayon, nung una sabi niya walang mapagbabago yan. Pero now, suddenly, tinutulak na rin niya ang pagbabago and to tamper, in President Duterte's words, to tamper with the Constitution. Sabi niya, ano bang meron ng mga Marcos? At gusto nila na baguhin ang mga saligang batas. So in 1971, 72, nagkaroon ng Constitutional Convention. Now remember, para dun sa madalas manood ng mga live dito, you remember that I talked about President Ferdinand Marcos Sr.'s 2 terms. He was elected in 1964 or 65 for 4 years, and then for another 4 years in 1968 and 1969. His term was going to expire. So, if in 1969, 70, 71, 72, 73, he was supposed to step down either 1972 or 1973. So, in order to prevent from having to step down and to increase his term in office, pinabago niya yung saligang batas. And of course, merong mga merong mga, how do you call this? Meron ng karga, yung mga yan. And in fact, hindi pa natatapos ang Constitutional Convention, may ilang mga delegates na mga naaresto dyan. They were arrested because pretty soon martial law was declared in 1972. And instead of finishing it, so yung bagong saligang batas, yung saligang batas of 1973 was actually voted upon under martial law. Now, how did they vote? in 1973 to ratify the Constitution, imbis na mag-cast ng mga ballots, inipon daw yung mga tao sa iba't ibang barangay at tinanong, sang-ayon ba kayo sa saligang batas na to na bago, papalitan ba natin? So it was aye or nay, and it appears, because there's no record, that everybody approved of the changes to the Constitution, and so we have the 1973 Constitution. Hindi po si Presidente nagsabi nito, ako ang nag-research nito. Okay, so now, Marcos Jr. has not declared martial law, pero it feels like he has. What's happening? May suppression of opinions. May suppression ng mga ng mga vloggers. May for some reason napakatahimik ng traditional media. So what's going on? Diba? May mga natanggal na mga hosts, may natanggal na prangkisa. Merong mga katakatakang confluence of cases in one, with one particular religious organization that just so happens to own a media company, and that media company's franchise just happened to be canceled today or withdrawn today. At least it was passed by Congress. Dadaan pa yan sa Senado because it is a law. So we have to see, di ba, kung sasang-ayon ang ating Senado. So, ano pa? It seems that there is no opposition. Now, in Marcos Sr.'s time, there was an opposition, but this opposition was allegedly repeatedly silenced. In this case, what little opposition there is repeatedly being silenced. And how else are they preventing free speech? Well, there's at least one very high official who keeps buying up companies. And one of those companies, it seems, he's buying, one kind of those companies he's buying are media companies. Hindi naman siguro coincidence yan, ano? So, in both instances, in Marcos Sr. and Marcos Jr., they are trying to control public opinion and trying to diminish the amount of negative publicity, trying to diminish the amount of criticism. Bakit? Kasi malaking kasalanan yung gagawin nila. They are going to make very unpopular decisions that are not good for the country. So, in Ferdinand Sr.'s case, he extended his term. So, Ferdinand Jr. is trying to do the same thing, but in order to succeed, he has to suppress free speech. So nakikita na po natin. Not only that, President Marcos Sr. Jailed many of the opposition, and here, President Marcos Jr. is ensuring that major critics are either going to be removed from their jobs in media. Does this sound familiar? Okay. There are two at least who were arrested or detained by Congress. May mga hosts na nawalan ng trabaho with no explanation. May mga tao na mga ina-attack yung mga accounts. They're hiring people to attack, personal attacks, make personal attacks, create fictitious gossip about some officials who are very popular. So, yun na. So, in both cases, Ferdinand Sr. and Ferdinand Jr., nakikita po natin na mayroong suppression of free speech. They have different ways of doing it. And there is the oppression of critics, of dissent, okay? And there's an intention to extend terms using the Constitution. Sabi ni Aesthetic Post, bakit hindi ito napag-usapan during his campaign? Which particular ito do you mean? You have to be specific with your question. Bakit hindi po ito? Ang dami ko na pong sinabi. So ano yung ito na sinasabi ninyo? Facebook user also points out that naging downfall ni PBM ang First Lady, nakakainis at nakakasad. Well, there was talk even before that the First Lady email that was also one of the reasons for the unpopularity of President Ferdinand Marcos Sr. Okay. Guys, realistic naman yung mga tanong ninyo. May nagtatanong, wala bang magagawa si Senator Amy dyan? What makes you think Senator Amy is in a position to do anything about it? She has done her part. Nagpa-Senate investigation siya. Siya na nga mismo yung naghahayag kung anong ginagawa ng kanyang pinsan. What else do you want her to do? What do you want her to do? In fact, what do you want her to do that should be within the bounds of reality? Sabi ni Che, it seems the betrayal is embedded in the Marcos DNA. Maybe. Sabi ni Hazel Eyes, sa wakas nakahabol sa live. Sabi ni Bicolanang Makulit, ang OA ng mga pinklawan vloggers nagpapakalat ng fake news, papalitan na daw ni Inday sa pagka-presidente si Marcos Jr. Nakakaloka. They say that like it's a bad thing. Sabi ni Michael Lemuta, naiyak ako, sabi pa rin ni Tatay Digong na huminahon kayo, di siya nag-uudyok ng gulo. Did you listen to him carefully? I don't think that's exactly what he said. He said, huwag kayong sumugod. Okay. But you forgot one word that he mentioned. Huwag muna kayong sumugod. Okay. Go back to it and listen very carefully to what he said. Do not forget a single word. Do not omit a single word that he said. He was very precise. Remember that President Duterte is a lawyer, and all of these things, he calculates that. Minsan nagkakamali siya ng calculation, not saying that he's perfect, but in this particular case, I listened very carefully. He mentioned the word muna. Okay. Sige, what he's saying is this is not the time. Now, if you look at the timetable, why isn't this the time? Well, number one, he mentions the term critical mass. He doesn't want there to be, any huge upheavals in government caused by a small number of people. Di ba ang reklamo natin sa EDSA 1986 is that hindi ganun kadami, hindi representative yung mga tao na nandun sa EDSA of everybody in the country. So critical mass. That's why umiikot ang ating dating Pangulo. He doesn't just get the opinion of people in Metro Manila. No, that would be ridiculous. But he goes around the country. So first he was in Davao, then he was in Cebu. Today he was in Diwasang Bonifacio. So will there be more? I think so. All signs point to that. No, sabi ni observant me, if Congress will make a resolution that they will not touch term extension, will that set to ensure? Ano po yun? Please, guys naman, please. Ayusin niyo naman yung mga tanong so we don't waste time reading it. Sabi ni Marvin Cadiente, I can sense na parang may plan si PRD. The way he spoke a while ago is too calm and cool kanina. That's not enough evidence. But if you listen to what he says, and especially listen to the word muna, then you will understand. He says this is not the time for any mass movement. But he didn't say it that way. He didn't say this is not the time for any mass movement. This is not yet the time for any mass movement. So, listen carefully. Sabi ni Anita Aquino, subukan lang ni BBM mag-declare ng martial law, baka di siya umabot ng kinabukasan kasi iba na ngayon ang panahon. Maybe he doesn't intend to declare it but to impose it na lang without our knowing it. Okay, and this one is ridiculous. Jesse Gutierrez says, you said BBM is suppressing free speech. What are you doing? Is your free speech suppressed? Ironic. Don't be ridiculous, Mr. Jesse Gutierrez. My free speech is indeed suppressed. I was removed from my job and a radio station and where I was able to reach a wider audience. Of course, my speech is being suppressed. What are you, ridiculous? Huh? You honestly think you can come up here and say that we are not being suppressed? The government is hiring trolls, and hiring them. Yes, we have first-hand knowledge of this information. Hiring trolls to bash us daily, on a daily basis. They get money from government. That is also a suppression of free speech. When the intention of government is to try to stop us from speaking by hiring people to bash us so that we will be prevented from speaking. So, what are you saying? What are you doing? What are you doing, Mr. Jesse Gutierrez? Trying to look blind. Trying to look at only one thing. Thinking that just because I am allowed to speak here, this was not my original platform. I had a radio program. Okay? Don't you even wonder about that? The only reason that I'm not speaking out heavily against it is because I am afraid that that radio station might itself lose its franchise. That was one of the reasons I had to leave. It was me or the franchise. So don't tell me that my free speech is not being suppressed. You don't know anything. And to quote Game of Thrones, you know nothing, Jesse Gutierrez. Sabi ni Sani, sobrang nakakagalit na itong administrasyon na to, sobrang kapal ng mukha ni Presidente at ni Martin. Sabi ni King Duran, naniniwala po talaga ako na inilaan na talaga ni Tambaloslos ang franchise ng SMNI sa ABS-CBN. Well, that's possible. Sabi ni Ma'am Virginia Boter, love watching you in the prayer rally. Would you do it again? Sabi continuous pa din kahit tapos ng 7 days. Yes, as a matter of fact, once I return to Metro Manila, I will be back there. Sabi ni Ma'am Isa, he said, wag muna. Sabi ni Kimchi Sushi, dapat sa tingin ko, attorney, kausapin na ni Sen Ivy, one-on-one na si BBM bilang ate. Nakakahiya pinaggagawa niya kasi kapamilya niya pa rin bilang ate sana. What makes you think nakakalapit pa siya sa kanyang kapatid? Sabi ni Holo, Datu, PI na talaga. Now, gusto ko na sana ayaw ma-involve sa politika pero nakakagigil na naman. Latest na di ko masikmura yung NFA nagbenta ng bigas na palugi. Paldo-paldo ang kinita nila samantalang kami mga mahihirap nagtitiis bumili ng mahal. Opo, well, hindi lang po yun. Nung nalaman ng kalihim ng agrikultura na ganito po, na may na inakusahan ng isang kawani ng Department of Agriculture, ng NFA, yung pinakamataas na opisyales ng NFA, ng pagbebenta ng bigas na bigas NFA, naka-warehouse sa NFA, sa mga pribadong retailers. Alam mo ang ginawa ng DA Secretary? Sabi niya, ay sususpindihin daw niya pareho. Yung dalawa, pati yung nag-akusa na wala namang kinalaman doon, gusto niya pati yun suspindihin. Bakit? Kasi daw bakit niya nilabas yun? So, kamakailan lang ay sinuspindi ng ombudsman yung higit sa 100 ng mga empleyado at saka yung pinuno mismo ng NFA. Suspendido po muna sila, preventive suspension for 6 months. Habang tinatapos ng ombudsman ang investigasyon. Very clear ang message ni tatay, darating talaga tayo sa finale. Yung binaliktad niya ang mic after saying na bongbong pasyal-pasyal ka lang. Yan, sabi ni Alejandro Gamab, yes, attorney, I watched Tatay Digong's speech, he mentioned, wag muna. Calculated lahat ng galaw. Sabi ni Custer, nagugulo na ba talaga ang SMNI? Kakaloka, pero natuwa ako sa kanta ng mga nagrarally, ang saad butbot, ang saad butbot, ang tagbainting bugas, walang nisulpot. Sobrang pasok sa pangako ni Bonget. Oy, sinasabi ng mga trolls ko, hindi daw pangako yon, aspiration. Aspiration, pinagsasabi ninyo naman. Guys, kasi babanggitin mo sa kampanya, aspiration. Kaloka. Aba, kung sinabi niya nung kampanya na aspirational yon, binoto pa ba namin siya? Kahit paano, budol pa rin. Sabi ni Dio dyan, kung teacher ka, terror ka talaga. Joke lang po. Hindi ako terror, ang bait akong professor. Tanong niyo sa mga estudyante ko. Karamihan sa kanila nag-gobyerno. Kasi challenge ko sila. Yun ba? Kasi yung mga estudyante ko, mga atenista, puro mariyayaman, mababait. Ang babait ng mga estudyante ko, di ako nagbibiro. Tapos naantig sila. Nung kinikwento ko na, gusto niyo ng pagbabago, pero andyan lang kayo. Marami sa kanila sumama sa gobyerno para makatulong. Nakakatuwa. Sabi ni Ma'am Marie, one thing na miscalculate ni FBRD ang sitwasyon was yung nagulat siyang hindi kakayanin ng 6 na buwan na pangako niya na malilinis niya ang droga sa bansa dahil sa dami ng involved na tao ng gobyerno. Pero bihira yun, planado na niya yan, pero ayaw niya isubo sa gulo mga mahal niyang Pilipino. Well, don't misread him and don't try to misinterpret him. Ay naku, 1 week. Sabi niya, BBM is backed by the US. He will be empowered if there's any insurrection. Alam niyo ba na si Mar Rojas ay binakapan din ng US nung eleksyon? Ay Mar Rojas, sorry. Leni Robredo, binak din yun ng US. O nanalo ba sila? Nagbago na po yung formula. Hindi na po talaga natin mapipredict yung mga ganyan simply because the US backs it. The US doesn't always win. Nag-fail na rin po sila. Tandaan niyo, walang binigay yung US sa atin Kung meron man binigay sila sa Pangulo, di natin naririnig yun. Pero binigay ng buong buo yung mga bases natin. Hindi tayo binigyan ng kahit ano. Sa trade, wala silang binago. Wala silang tinanggap, hindi nila binago yung quota system natin. Hindi tayo binigay ng preferred nation status, wala. Zero. Sinabi pa ng kanilang kalihim sa ating DTI secretary, that's not on the table. Tapos, ang usapan. Did we get anything? No. The president is painfully aware of this. But whatever it is that he's asking for, you probably won't even get that. Hinindian siya. Okay? Hinindian ng US ang ating Pangulo. Tandaan din po yan. Hinindian ng US ang ating Pangulo. And they can do that again. Sabi ni Sharap, ask ko lang po, what if napasa na nila yung PI na yan na hindi natin namalayan? May magagawa po ba tayo para pagawin yan? Hindi pwedeng hindi natin mamamalayan kasi dadaan pa rin yan sa plebisito-plebisituhan. Alalaman natin. Pero makokontrol ba natin? Well, titignan natin. Kasi alam mo, sinabi na rin ni Pangulong Duterte, if you are the one in power, kung ano yung gusto mong pagbabago, mapabago niya yan. Mananalo ka. May papasa nila yan. Tagaan niyo sa bato. By hook or by crook? Probably by crooks, if there's more than one. Sabi ni Oni Lu, mas dadami pa ang sasali sa rally kasi nanawagan at nag-invite pa si Kong Alvarez sa mga taga-ibang lugar. May nag-join pa yan galing sa mga ibang provinces. At tawa naman ako sa inyo. dito. Dito kayo naka-follow, pero not once have you given me credit for increasing the number of audiences anywhere. Sabi ni Armand Arbolado, I used to admire Marcos Sr. when I was a growing child, but by the time in college, I abhorred everything about Marcos, and more so now that the junior is in power. Philippines is effed up because of the one in power is powerless. Sabi ni Ma'am Che, my sister in the Philippines told me it's hard to access your FB page, which is why you have to go to my YouTube page. Sometimes it doesn't come up, so I believe you're being suppressed. Yeah, I have two pages. There's the Trixie Cruz Angeles page where I'm broadcasting right now. So if you can't find the Luminous page, then you go to that one. But yes, you're right. I am being suppressed. Sabi ni Drew, hi, last term na po ba ni Tambi sa Congress? Maybe that's the reason why he's pushing to remove the term limits because he knows he's not popular enough to get a Senate seat. Yes, that's true. He also knows that he's not popular enough to run for president in 2028. And without a position to jump off from, it's going to be a problem. Sabi ni Nerdy, sabi nga ni FPRD palagi, there's time for everything. Ang important, ipagpatuloy lang natin ang pag-ingay at ikalat ang ating direksyon. Tama si FPRD, wag muna. Sabi ni Crank Brothers Vlog, kung teacher kita araw-araw ako papasok. Wala pa pong barya. Gabi na wala ng barya. Sabi ni Nanay Lita, good evening, inabagan ko live mo kahit madaling araw na dito. Naku, nanay, pasensya na po. At something had came up and kinailangan ko pang asikasuhin yan. Sabi ni Tyra, is it possible na mabayaran ng mga pulis at sundalo ni, well, yes, it's possible. When they're in power, it's quite possible that they don't even have to pay. Sabi ni Joma, kung aspiration pala, lahat pala ng pinangako niya is aspiration. Binudol nga talaga tayo kung ganon. Correct. They just proved the point. Budol talaga. Sabi ni Aesthetic Post, bakit po yung mga tao sa loob ng Malacanang, sinaputing ahas, hindi pa sila magalit kung nakikita na nila na mali ang ginagawa ng ating pinuno, kung talagang mahal nila ang ating bayan? Aba, bakit ini-expect nyo ba na hindi sila kasama ni Pangulo? Sama-sama sila. Sabi ni Aji Flores, kumusta po kayo ni Atty. Larry Gadon, as we know he's a diehard supporter of the Marcoses? Alam mo, so aming magkakaibigan, walang pakialaman ng mga political positions or ng kung ano ini-express. So I never always completely agreed with Attorney Larry, and he never always completely agreed with my stand either. But kaya naman makipagkaibigan. That's how things are. And don't expect naman people to be angry at each other simply because they've taken different political positions. Mga dilawan po lang po ang naggaganon. Hindi tayo dilaw. Sabi ni Birch, I'm just wondering if you have spoken to your co-host sa Karambola after you've been asked to take a rest. No, I have not. But that doesn't mean we're no longer friends. Ma'am Bicola ng Makulit says, mga kasutil, please don't forget to like, share, follow, and subscribe. Thank you very much, ma'am. Sabi ni Custer, kasama pala ni BBM ngayon dito sa Germany si Tambi. Dati nung election period, natuwa ako ni Bonget. Ngayon nakakabwisit, balik ang droga at patayan. As there last month, nagbakasyon, hindi ko na pinabalik mga Germans na kasama ko kasi daming krimen na naganap. Yung mga kasamahan ko, mga Germans, ang reklamo nila talaga is mahal daw ang Pinas. Totoo po yun. And sadly, even we are finding it very expensive. Eh di ba nga, sabi, the Philippines is losing our own tourists. Yung mga local tourists prefer to go abroad because masulit sa pera. Sabi ni Gaudium et Spes, isn't it, attorney, that if people would vote no to PI in the plebiscite, then it means Chacha would be scrapped. But did you hear what I was saying earlier on? Sinabi ni Pangulong Duterte, when you're the one in power, kung ano yung gusto mong itulak, yun po ang mananalo. And why do you think the president took great pains to choose who would be in the COMELEC? Not saying anything beyond that. If you're going to ask me a question and then say yes or no only, I'm not gonna answer it. Sabi ni Ma'am Shira, super thankful po sa mga inputs ninyo dahil sa mga natutunan ko sa inyo. Na-convince ko ang ibang mga kamag-anak ko na mag-ingay na rin. Thank you, Ma'am Shira. Bayani ka. na bribes na yung mga generals yun. Sabi ni Maharlika, pumunta ang mga generals sa Malacanang last December, hindi man lang daw hinarang ni BBM ang mga generals kung di sobre ang binigay, sabi ng puting ahas niya sa Malacanang. Possible. But, when the AFP has to move to protect the people as against the state, you don't need the generals anymore. What you need are the fieldmen, the officers who lead people in the field. Dapat yung merong bit-bit na tao. May command. So, if you think the generals automatically have a command, you have another thing. You have that wrong. Sabi ni Teddyson, masulit pa nga daw mag-Vietnam kaysa mag-Boracay. Totoo yun. Sabi ni JP, marami pang taon ang natitira. Marami pa silang pwedeng gawin. Naglilikom na sila ng pera ngayon. Unti-unti na silang nag-i-implement ng mga plano. Kung hindi pa oras, kailan po kaya? Anong pwedeng gawin habang nag-iintay? Ang dapat ginagawa natin is, yung binanggit ni Presidente Duterte, achieve critical mass. Diba? Didn't he mention that? I hope you were listening. What's critical mass? You need a lot of people. And we don't mean a lot of people just to congregate in one place. You need the country to sit up and take notice. Ano yung sinasabi ni Maharlika? Speak up. Stand up. Yeah. Move the hearts and minds so that the time comes that the bodies have to move, the hearts and minds are already convinced. Sa tingin ninyo, there are enough people convinced simply because you are convinced. You have another thing coming. We have more people to convince. Not just convince. Galit na yung mga tao. Actually, marami nang galit. But making those people understand that there will become a time when they will have to move. Then, we have to prepare them for that as well. Hindi enough yung galit yung mga tao. Oo, alam natin galit sila. Every day, nire-report natin, ganito yung mali na ginawa, eto na naman, meron na namang mali ginawa, eto na naman, bumiyahin na naman, eto na naman, sinabihan tayo, hanggang ngayon, wala pang totoong Maharlika funds, eto na naman, maliit pa rin ang budget para sa mga loans sa mga magsasaka natin, eto na naman, mahal pa rin ang bigas, eto na naman, magpa-price increase na naman ang kuryente at saka tubig. Eto na naman, price increase na naman sa transportation, and we cannot blame the operators for that. Because, anong gagawin natin? Mahal talaga ang crudo. Mahal talaga ang transportasyon, mahal ang repairs, mahal lahat ng mga bilihin dito sa Pilipinas. Buti pa yung mga bilihin, mahal. Sabi ni Onilo, kasama pa talaga si Tambi sa Germany ha? Mag-iinuman sila doon at magsasayan na sa nangyari today sa contempt at revoked. Oo. Alam mo, Josfer, yung sinasabi mo parating wala tayong magagawa. Kung sinasabi mo yan, edi wala talagang magagawa. Pero, hindi ba, kung hindi tayo gagalaw, sino gagalaw? Kung hindi tayo gagalaw, kung hindi tayo makikinig, kung hindi tayo magsasalita, ay talagang walang magiging pagbabago. Kung ngayon pa lang sinasabi mo, natalo na tayo, edi bakit? Wala nang gagalaw. So what you're doing actually is discouraging people. Right now, what we need is for people to be encouraged, to speak out, be counted. Make sure that they are aware of the issues. Pero yung sinasabi mo, wala tayong magagawa. Sinabi nga natin dati na walang mananalo dun sa eleksyon, walang mananalo dun sa eleksyon kung sino yung kandidato, napakaraming pera. Si Mar Rojas dati ang pinakmaraming pera noon. Kamali ako kanina, Lenny Robredo. Mali. Lenny Robredo pa rin tumakbo against Marcos Jr. Si Mar Rojas noon. So, if you say talo na, talo na. Pero my gosh, won't you at least try? Sabi ni Mac and Cheese, you have a very lovely soothing voice which normally would lull someone to sleep, but the firmness in your conviction keeps me awake. Instead, for you are someone worth listening to. Thank you very much. But I think it's more important not who I am or that I am someone, whatever, but what I am saying. Sabi ni Ma'am Marie, new company from Korea ang magiging supplier ng machines and materials for the next elections. Nakakatakot pa ka Smartmatic Part 2 kasi lawyer ni PBBM si Garcia. Delikado rin ang plebisito. That's my point. Do you really trust this government to conduct a fair plebiscite? I don't trust this government to play Holland without cheating. Sabi ni Yong, everything just falls into place perfectly dahil may time pa tayong maglikom ng mas maraming tao nationwide habang papalapit ang July. Yes, in fact, naririnig ko na naman yung mga rehash ng mga argumento. Mga tipong, kung may video, bakit hindi yan ilabas ngayon? Well, number one, kung may video, hindi ko ilalabas yan ngayon. Bakit? Wala pang critical mass. Hindi pa po tayo maabot dun sa punto na yan. I think that a majority of people are already angry at this administration. But turning into that anger into the anger that moves things, into anger that changes things, that's a different thing. Galit tayo personally, syempre, malang bilihin, punta ka sa palengke, buwisit ka na. Babayad ka ng pamasahe sa jeep, asal ka na. Pagbukas mo ng social media, makikita mo sa ang presidente lumipad na naman sa kung saan, wala namang uwi. Mga pledges, wala. Sabi ni Sena Gutsi, di siguro naapektuhan siya, maraming dala siyang pera kaya hindi nararamdaman ng karamihan kaya sinasabi niya wala nang nagagawa. Siguro. Sabi ni Mama Rilu, try natin i-share sa mga families natin o GC para dumami tayo. Correct. Show that tayo, yung isa dito nagsalita na kumbinsi niya pamilya niya. Kahit pamilya lang natin kumbinsiin natin, malaking bagay na po yan. Lalo na kumpotante yung mga pamilya natin. Pangalawa, baka kailangan natin mag-sorry dun sa mga taong nabudol dahil sa atin. Ay nako, pasensya na po. Pero kinokorek po namin yung aming pagkakamali by telling you what is wrong with this administration. Sabi ni Ma'am Virginia, ask ko lang po, pwede ba gawin yung ginawa natin kay Era para ma-oust si PBBM sa Malacanang? Si Era po ay in-impeach, pero hindi natapos yung kanyang impeachment proceedings kasi nag-resign siya. So, medyo kudeta po yun na walang gumalaw masyado. Na under the guise of people power. Sabi ni Rosary, what is worrisome is this admin was able to gag the mainstream media. Ontiveros is more powerful than Aimee. The PI is on its way to be pushed through. SMN's franchise has been cancelled. And don't forget, well, yeah, more powerful than Aimee. I'd say more powerful than Robin. Antonio says, tambak ng pera na ang mga Marcos sa hidden wealth or nakaw na yaman palang pwede nilang bayaran lahat sa mga Marcos, pwede nilang makorrupt ang mga tao. Sabi ni Ma'am Ana, need natin well, be careful how you phrase that. Tama pa yan para hindi dapat tayo naghihikayat ng mga tao gumawa ng krimen. Sabi ni Hulo, bakit kaya may mga tao na pag di napagbigyan sa pwesto ay bitter, panay na lang paninira na wala namang kwenta? Dear Hulo, paparinig ka? Hindi ka siguro nakikinig sa mga kwento dito. Hindi napagbigyan sa pwesto? Sinong pinagsasabi ng hindi napagbigyan ng pwesto? At sa tingin mo, ganyan sila gagawalaw sila ng ganyan simply because they're bitter about not having a position? Ibig sabihin ba nun na hindi tama yung mga sinasabi nila? Halimbawa, pag sinabi namin mahal ang bigas, sasabihin bitter lang kami. Punta ka sa palengke, 60 pesos ang bigas. 58 at the lowest, yun yung masamang quality. So, anong kinalaman ng kabiteran ng mga tao sa presyo ng bigas? Dililihis mo lang kasi yung conversation. What you're doing is an ad hominem. Sinasabi ninyo na yung mga tao, bitter lang. Which you're trying to equate with it not being true. Yung mga sinasabi ng mga tao na sinasabi mong bitter. Ngayon, kung bitter lang sila, ibig sabihin ba mababa ang presyo ng bigas? See, what you're doing is you're attacking the person who said the things, but not exactly attacking the argument. So when a person like me says, mahal ang presyo ng bigas, mahal ang tubig, kuryente, transportation, kahit sabihin mo pang bitter ako, it doesn't change those facts. Doesn't change the price of rice, doesn't change the price of water, doesn't change the price of electricity. It doesn't change the fact that you're just here to try to discredit people who are telling the truth. So, good luck. I hope you have a good life. Sabi ni Jantos, there's another post regarding Senator Tulfo's news. Soul name 120 times in a month. I think the term was that a soul better 120 times in 1 month. So, sabi ni Ma'am Filomena, mababankrupt ba ang gobyerno natin kung ganito kakorrupt ang mga opisyal natin? Paano yung taong bayan kung naubos ng kaba ng bayan? Well, hindi siya talaga exactly mauubos because people are still paying taxes. But, if it comes to the point where people lose their faith in government, they will stop paying taxes. And yan, magdi-diminish na. But right now, nagpapakasarap sila because people, the money is still coming in. There's also government agencies or government institutions na may pera. Thank you kay Danila Bunyag. Sabi ni Jorge, nagsisink in na din daw sa kanya yung kabudulan. At medyo may kirot at galit ako nararamdaman. Sana lumipas na agad to, pero grabe kasi tuwing nakikita ko sa newsfeed ko si PBBM, nakakainis na since 2008. Napaikot ako ng the idiot president. Hashtag no to people's initiative. Hashtag we deserve better. Hashtag hindi mo pera. Excuse me. Ayan na naman. Like I said, inuubo pa rin po ako. Okay. Thank you for being patient. Sabi ni John, excuse me, wait lang. Sabi ni John, if ipasara ng kasalukuyang administrasyon ng TV stations, radio stations, newspaper, and social media, ano po pwede o dapat lumabas na tayo sa kalye and find out what's going on. Sabi ni John Wise 91, kumanda naman kahit paano ang ekonomiya, investments, relasyon natin sa ibang bansa at iba pa nang nakita natin sa pamumuno ni FPRD. Nagkikinailangan baguhin ng economic provisions. Sila wala pang nagagawa. Thank you kay Ma'am Annie. Yes, ma'am. Few more minutes. Sabi ni Jose, pinakancel na po prangkisa ng SMNI ng Congress, tuwa si Cash Jarrett at ibang bayaran ni Tamba. Well, expected naman po yun. I think we should stop being affected by these people. Their opinions don't matter to us. Don't listen. Di syempre tatawa yung mga yan. Syempre matutuwa sila. Hindi naman nila habol ang kapakanan ng bayan. Hindi naman nila habol yung free speech. Hindi naman nila habol, hindi nga nila yata naiintindihan yung konsepto ng malayang pananalita at pagpapahayag, di ba? So, the alarm, last antibiotics. Sabi ni Antonio Panilagaw, lalong kawawa lang mga Pilipino, swerte ang mga Marcos, may hidden wealth o nakaw na yaman, wala na nakapaundangan ang nakaw dito, nakaw doon. Sabi ni Facebook user ka, siguro ungrateful sila sa mga sumusuporta dahil totoo yung accusations ni Glenn Chong. Wala silang pinagkautangan na loob at boto kundi ang Smartmatic. Gusto ko na talagang magalit ng todo kay FL. Parang malas sa buhay ang mga diskarte niya. Alam niyo, sa totoo lang, tama yung sinabi ni Presidente Duterte, na huwag tayong papayag na may officials, may isang tao na hindi man elected, hindi man appointed, pero nagmamando sa gobyerno. Hindi dapat natin pinapayag yung mga katulad na ganun. Ngayon, ang mali ko dyan is, parang masyadong nakadal yung tao na yan, masyadong protektado. Hindi na dapat pinoprotektahan yan. Tama si Marlica. We have out those people na nagpapagalaw ng gobyerno, pero wala silang real source of power. Wala silang mandato sa eleksyon. Wala din silang mandato sa isang appointment. So ano yun? Pwede ba yun na nag-exercise ka ng power, reflected glory lang, reflected power lang? Dahil malapit ka dun sa halls of power, malapit ka dun sa taong may poder, tapos kung ikaw makamando, akala mo, may power ka din. Hindi dapat natin tinitiis yung ganyan. Presidente Duterte din nagsabi noon in the previous, dun sa Davao, dito sa Davao, nung unang rally. Sinabi niya talaga na unelected and unappointed, hindi dapat natin tinitiis yan. You have to derive your power from somewhere. And proximity to position is not a good enough power. Guys, yes, thank you for the remedies. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Feel na feel ko yung care ninyo. Pero wala po kasi ako sa bahay, so very limited yung capacity ko to make all of those things like honey lemon and all that. I promise I'll take that soon as I get home. Okay? Yes po, patapos na rin po tayo. Naka 1 hour na tayo. Sabi ni Ma'am Edith, may napanood akong stand-up comedian, sabi niya, isang American government official, Paul Veronic. Sabi pa niya, paano kaya makipag-deal sa ibang official yon? Ganito siguro, boss, sige na, pirma ka na ng contract. Sabi ni George, Attorney Chicks, you need to rest. Yung ubot sipon at allergies, sanhi ng pagbabago daw ng panahon. Yung sa akin, ilang linggo din, pabalik-balik yung ubot katinang lalamunan, pero nakuha naman sa Solmux at Bactidol at maraming tubig. Yes po, para ako napapagalitan. Oh my gosh, sabi ni Ma'am Annie, sabi ng dentista ko, ang dami niyang suppliers ng materials ang nagsara. Grabe daw kasi humingi ang customs ngayon. At grabe yung mga lumalabas na kwento din sa customs, and the roads all lead to Malacanang. At nalulungkot ako sa ganon kasi nga, this administration started out so well. Sabi ni Ma'am Luan, tsaka let's talk muna, kaya namin mag-wait, kailan pwede mag-live, oregano o thyme tea. So, actually, I had that yesterday. So, dry or slight phlegm cough, get well soon. Yes po. So, alam mo kung bakit pinag-usapan din ni Presidente Duterte? Last na po. Kung bakit pinag-usapan ni Presidente Duterte ang unang Pangulong Marcos? Kasi, di ba, naalala niyo yung sinabi ko sa rally. After 1986, sige, nakita natin yung mga mali ng former president. To be fair, President Marcos Sr. instituted great changes into the country. And he did declare martial law to prevent ang dami na kasing NPA nung time na yun. Siyempre, dumami ang NPA kasi dahil sa kanya. Pero dahil ang dami na recruits ng mga NPA noon, he declared martial law to keep the peace. But he also had another thing in mind. It wasn't just to declare martial law so that he could attack the NPA. That was one thing. The other thing was to also ensure that he would have a reason to keep staying. So, martial law became twofold, to address the communist insurgency and also to extend his term. Now, bakit hindi niya napuksa ang communist insurgency nung time na yun? It was an all-out war with them. Bakit? Because he needed them as much as they needed to get him out. As long as the insurgency existed, there's a reason for him to keep being president. Now, fast forward, patapos na ang NPA. Tinatapos na po natin. Maraming salamat sa mga gigiting natin mga sundalo at mga opisyales ng Armed Forces of the Philippines and ng PNP. Maraming salamat sa kanila kasi malapit na matapos yung communist insurgency. But wait! Bakit pinag-usapan ng peace talks? And bakit tila, base dun sa impormasyon ko, itutuloy ito ng ating Pangulong Marcos? Why? Well, as long as there's an insurgency, he can keep the AFP busy. They will be busy with that insurgency and they might not have time to be the protector of the people and of the state. Pag-isipan niyo po yan. So, that's the reason why the House Speaker is in such good terms with the Makabayan bloc. As long as the insurgency exists, an insurgency that they can keep talking to, as long as that group is still out there, he has a reason to keep the military busy and keep them from their other mandate to protect the people. Get it? So, yun po, ha? See another similarity between the first Marcos presidency and the second one. It isn't just the oppression. It isn't just the corruption. It isn't just the term extensions. It's the use of the military to make sure that they're not just, that they're protecting, they're out there, they're fighting insurgencies, plural, but keep them out there. Noong panahon ni Erap, a lot of the military was on his side, but these members of the military were out there. They were in Mindanao. They were fighting, and so when GMA took over, those military officers and men, they knew that the president that they were supposed to protect is not the one that was sitting in Malacanang anymore, and so GMA had to suffer through 3 attempts of military takeovers, diba? Or military movements rather, not takeovers. They never got that far. Still another thing for us to think about. Correct. Sabi ni Trust Gaming, that's why they're provoking and instigating a China war. It's to keep the AFP busy. Because unlike in the first Marcos presidency, that provision in the Constitution did not exist then. It exists now. Now, given the example in 1986 where the military was the movement, it was the military that protected the people from other, that decided to disobey a president who was dangerously coming close to possibly shooting at civilians, diba? Si General Ver was already advocating to bomb the people in EDSA. Because the soldiers were there, no longer to fight them, no longer to protect the president in Malacanang who was rapidly losing a mandate. They were there to protect the people. So that provision appears in our Constitution now. So, if the insurgency continues, if they get their peace talks, then our military will be busy again. What do you do with the peacetime military? Diba? What do you do with a peacetime military that has all the time in the world to look at the president and look at the people and see if the people need their protection? Sabi ni Kini Law, to keep the AFP busy and to lay down the justification for the US to stay longer inside this country. That's true. Particularly, it appears that he has hired, or there are several government, well, at least 2 that we know of, government consultants who are Americans who are giving, how do you call this? Suggestions on the direction of his government as well as the direction of his communications. Sabi ni Ma'am Yolanda Buna, kunyang si PBBM, what you see is not what you get, palabas lang niya na unless siya at yung babaeng matapang, but wait, I think it's their style to keep both of them afloat. Actually, very good observation, ma'am. Maybe it isn't what it seems, diba? So, we'll leave you with those things to keep in mind. That the intention, according to President Duterte, former President Duterte, ang intention ng PI at nitong economic provisions, hindi po yan totoo. Ang intention ay baguhin ang gobyerno para pakatuloy-tuloy sila sa kanilang pamumuno. May iba pa dapat pinapansin natin. Kasi ganun nga, sinasabi niya na kaya binabago ang saligang batas para tuloy-tuloy ang kanilang pamumuno at baka nga, alam niya naman, may nag-aambisyon siya na maging presidente daw si Sandro, o di sige, kailangan nila ng ganito. At alam ni former President Duterte na ganyan po ang mangyayari dahil din po ang ehemplo na ibigay ng unang Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos. Pero marami pa silang parallelisms. At makikita po natin yan habang tumatagal sa ngayon. Sabi ni Rosa Claro, why is the foreign media so silent as well? Why are they not covering what's happening? Well, it depends on whose interests they're protecting. And if they're protecting the interests of the United States, it doesn't do well for them to take our side on this. Okay, so maraming salamat sa pagsubaybay dun sa live natin ngayon. Marami tayong pag-iisipan. Pero pagbalik ko po, ay pupunta din po ako sa mga natitirang rally. Kung tuloy-tuloy po, I will show up there. Kahit hindi po ako magsalita, pupunta ako to be counted. So sana yung mga nasa Metro Manila, kita-kita po tayo sa rally. At para dun sa mga hindi naman makakapunta because it's physically impossible for them to do so, at saka may trabaho, sana mag-contribute po kayo sa number of live views. Kanina po lumampas 40,000 ang live views. So, nakakatuwa po. Nakakatuwa kasi nakikita natin, dumadami tayo. Yun po ang i-ensure natin na dumami pa tayo. Okay, so maraming salamat. Kita-kita po tayo very soon. Kung kakayanin po ng boses, bukas ng umaga mag-live din po tayo ulit. Okay? Na-miss ko kayo. So, again things to think about. Remember, always, the AFP is the protector of the people and of the state. That means, kung kalaban natin ang Estado o kalaban natin ang gobyerno, ang kailangan protektahan ng AFP ay ang taong bayan. At huwag din po natin kakalimutan, huwag po tayong magpalinlang uli. Itong, charter change nila. Hindi naman para sa atin yan. So, muli, maraming salamat. At pasalamatan nyo in our own way. Thank you, PRD. Diba? Thank you, FPRD. At muli ninyo kaming muli ninyong nabuhay sa puso at damdamin natin yung pagmamahal sa ating bayan. Siya po talaga. Siya po talaga ang gumising yan sa karamihan sa atin. Maraming salamat. Ingat-ingat po lahat. Kayo din ha. Take care of your health. Tulog na rin po tayo. Gabi na. Kailangan po kayo ng bayan. Kasi yung mga pupunta sa rally, aba, baka makamugan kayo, ubuhin na kayo katulad ko. Huwag naman po sana. Ingat ang lahat. And don't forget, spread the word. Kung like, share, follow, and subscribe is all you can do, then please do that. But much better kung personally kausapin ninyo ang mga kapamilya, mga kaibigan, take every opportunity. Malay nyo, makonvince natin, di ba? Critical mass. Good night.